have we set up, I think we should set up like a temple space or a spiritual space first. Yes. So did you want to do that, Amanda, or is there someone else that would like to do that?
Yeah, well, it's up to you entirely. If you, and I don't know if anyone uses the, it's like a 12-dimensional shield that I've only just recently started, which is you using your Merkaba star, visualizing your Merkaba.
Would you like to run us through that, Amanda?
Sure.
Oh, perfect.
If you want to, yep. So if you'd like to close your eyes and everybody just focus on what your blank screen basically behind your eyes, and visualize a beautiful light Merkaba star, basically your triangles, your upward and inverted triangle together on top. If you don't know what a Merkaba looks like, it's pretty well the Star of David. If you just can focus on the outline of that and make it from beautiful divine light. If you choose to have a color that's you can use the platinum light, you can use, I prefer just a divine light to make the Merkaba star. Just visualize that. Now bring this slowly down through your body, through each of your energy centers, and just as it passes through each of your energy centers, slowly down until it comes out your base chakra. Continue it right down into the very center of the beautiful earth, to the divine heart of earth, where your Merkaba star merges with the energies of earth and brings that back, and slowly bring this star back to about 12 inches or 30 centimeters around below the base of your feet, below your feet. Your star, then you want to lay your star horizontally, if you haven't, however you're visualizing it, and focus on that star that's about 12 inches below your feet, and it will begin to spin. You can assist it if it hasn't, spinning that star faster and faster until the light from that star is spinning out and out as if you've spun something large. It's all sort of spraying out and creating a platform of light that's on a circular platform of light. It's just getting wider and wider till you've got a solid platform, or as solid as anything can be, platform of beautiful divine light that's underneath you. You then bring that light all around the edges of the circumference of that circular light disc, up around your body, up above, up all the way up throughout, so you can entirely encased within this till about 3 feet above your head. Once it's there, also horizontally focusing on your Merkaba star, and that will spin and spin and spin faster, and also spin out basically a ceiling, which will seal you into, or contain you into, what is effectively a beautiful cylinder of divine light, and you're safely ensconced within this. Then I would like you to focus on that Merkaba star that's still 3 feet above your head, and take it straight up to the divine source, to source energy, where you merge with source energy, and that anchors, and keeping that anchored with the divine source energy, which will keep you and feed you beautiful, divine, loving energy, and keep you safely in your 12-dimensional shield.
Fantastic. Thank you, Amanda. That was wonderful. Okay. So, and if any of you would like to call in your own, highest guides and teachers of love and light, your angelic team, any of your, spiritual team, just go ahead.
Okay, so we've done everyone now. Great. Right, so just to let you know quickly, your body is a community of interactive members. It's really, they've all got a unified goal of optimum functioning and wellness. Your body's not meant to in any way be ill. It's meant to self-heal. We have a self-healing body, and unfortunately all the environmental factors and agendas, we'll call them, have really depleted everyone's systems, and we're battling at all costs. And I mean, even just our way of life, eating after the sun goes down, our body spends probably 80 to 90% of its energy all night digesting, when it's meant to be repairing and restoring. And back in the days when there was no electric light, well, you'd do these things prior to the sun going down. And that's just the way we're meant to be. So, basically health-wise, if you can avoid eating after the sun goes, or only lightly, have your main meal sort of preferably then, that's better for your physical health. Let's see now. Your inner cells, your inner cells will run programs that have been going for many, many years until you tell them not to. So it's a matter of discussing it, actually communicating with the trillions and trillions of cells that are you, because I think we all pretty well know that if you can look out into the night sky and look at these beautiful stars in the black sky, if we magnify our hand, a million times or however many million times, that is exactly what we'll see. We are not solid. Simple way to test that is if you put your thumb or your finger over the top of your little red light on your stove that says whether it's on or not. You press it hard against there and you see the light coming through your fingernail. I mean, if you're solid, that's not going to happen, is it? So it's coming through your flesh. It's coming through every part of you. It's same as with a book light. You can put that sort of around your hand here and it comes straight through your hand. So it's just a visual way of proving to yourself and showing yourself what's difficult a concept that's difficult for us in our small amount of our minds that are actually able to function with the brain that we have. So first of all, just before we start, I would like to quickly speak directly to your souls, if that's okay with everyone. Anyone that doesn't want to hear light language, then please just cover your ears, turn off, whatever, for a minute. But there is no damage with light language. I think it bypasses your brain, goes straight to your soul, so that your cognitive abilities don't say, no, I can't believe that. It simply can't be so. I'm not a powerful being. I don't come from this. Mm-hmm. All of that, it's speaking directly to you and pretty well activating cellular memories that we all have of cosmic heritage, the like. Yep. So, and also I'll be bringing in some spiritually evolved beings to assist with the clearing and hold a bit of space as well, even though we've got plenty of spiritually advanced and evolved beings here, I'm sure. I actually speak about 5 different light languages, and I really am not sure which one comes through. Whatever comes through. So, okay. Te e abaya na te e raya na te ujuru na te ayalala na te e baya na e ara ayin te enoria na te oya rara ni papare sonora le te teranya aya unoro oh amatanya de petina por unye te terela mia te ana te terere papu no tu rane elelele roto tu yete na niete arene pepene jara turu na chachapanya yana tete aya enara papa. So there we go. Now I'd just like it, Medina, I don't know whether you would like to share one of the photographs I sent, and then we can, it's up to you whether you want to keep your eyes closed or focus on these light encoded. I take these daily whenever the sun's out, have done for a year or so since friends, beautiful galactic team have come to support all of humanity and left beautiful messages, which you can see on the site that Medina has shared with you before, the Facebook page. They give me these beautiful light encoded photographs, which they've told me assist to restore. Well, the way it was put was that it brings your light to technical cohesion. So this one I took just a few weeks ago out in my yard. beautiful rainbows, lights, and various types of projections and
Can I
orbs.
say it looks like a bit of an eye here? See,
Exactly. It's quite amazing. And I sort of angle. I take all of these with my Samsung S10e phone camera. Yeah, just simply, and they just every day, every photograph I take, and if there's any sunshine, whatever, to reflect, then they're incredible. There's a selection of them, as I said, on the Facebook site, but these.
I'll share the link at Patreon.
Sure.
People
If anybody wants to know, and as I said, the messages are there, and as well as an overview to what I was shown in a dream in 2018 as something I'm intending to make a reality, which is what I call the All Is Sound Expansion Centre, which is very, anyway, we won't go into that right now because we need to continue on here. That's a whole other story as well. So, if you'd like to either close your eyes or focus on the image, it's up to you entirely. So we're just going to quickly take a few deep breaths just to centre ourselves and go through, and maybe just do a tiny little bit of centering with a bit of vocal stuff. Entirely up to you whether you want to mute or not for this. You can chant and do that. We're just going to do a tiny little bit. We can do a toning one another time if anybody's interested. So closing eyes or focusing on the photograph. So we're going to breathe in through our nose for around about 4 counts. Pause for a couple of counts and then breathe out through your mouth for a little longer than you've breathed in. It's say 4 counts in, 5 counts out. It's up to, it doesn't matter exactly. It's whatever's comfortable for you, just to center yourself. Really blow that breath out so that you're blowing out any of the cobwebs, any of the stale energy, and any of the sort of like, really whoosh it out. And right, once you've done that, just focus in within and connect to your inner, higher or over self. Okay, now I've set the intention here for this clearing to be done for all who are present, as well as all who later focus their intention on manifesting these positive changes within. And they'll also receive the same effects that you guys will. So that's a good thing. So yeah, here we go. I will say these now, as I said, as directives. If you'd like to visualize perhaps these events occurring within any whatever way you see, if you see, you see it as, you just visualize it in any way, or just focus on the intent of it, these events occurring. Okay, so if there are any negative entities adversely affecting me on any level of my existence, please arrange for the removal and appropriate treatment of any and all of these and have them sent to the realm where they belong. I direct that a protective shield be placed around me and my home environment to repel all harmful beings, projections, programs, codes, and energies. If any artificial consciousness or beings controlled by artificial consciousness or aligned with dark manipulation and deception are adversely affecting me on any level of my existence, I direct that all elements of this artificial consciousness, its controlled entities and attachments, and any dark manipulation and deceptive energies have their frequencies scrambled and neutralized, including the frequencies of their life force and their reproductive intelligence, then transmuted into neutral organic energy. If there are any demons or demonically influenced beings adversely affecting me on any level of my existence, please arrange for any and all of these to be removed and placed in stasis so that they can never return or do any harm. I direct that a protective shield be placed around me and my home environment to repel all harmful people, projections, codes, and energies. If there are any curses adversely affecting me on any level of my existence, please neutralize any and all of these and create a shield to transmute all negative thoughts about me into beneficial energy. If there are any psychic cords adversely affecting me on any level of my existence, I direct that any and all of these be severed and their frequency scrambled so that they can never be reattached. If there is any part of me under the influence of the dark side, please remove all parts of me from under that influence and transfer them to be solely under the influence of the light or Great Spirit or Source. If there are any beliefs, thoughts, memories, attitudes, or opinions that are adversely affecting me on any level of my existence, including those that are inherited or remaining from previous incarnations, please scramble their frequency, neutralize their attached emotion or programming, and to neutralize the adverse effects of any ancestral genetic memories, cultural or religious belief systems, and social engineering. Please remove any mentalities, programming, or patterns of self-sabotage, self-hate, self-destruct, self-punishment, and any other such unnamed harmful mentalities from me and replace with higher levels of self-esteem, self-confidence, incentive, and capability. Please bring my body into total balance with the earth energies, the local energies, the creative force, and the 5 elements of water, earth, fire, air, and metal, and into total alignment with the earth's polarity. Please neutralize all harmful karmic and astrological influences that are adversely affecting me. Please neutralize all harmful chemical, biological, and radiological pollutants in my body, my energy field, and my environment, the air that I breathe and the water that I absorb and ingest, then transform all noxious energies into beneficial frequencies. Please bring into total balance the blood flow to my brain, the chemistry of my brain, and the left and right hemispheres of my brain. I direct that my energy levels be raised to 100% for optimal healing and that my body be placed on the correct frequency for optimal health and well-being. I direct that my oxytocin levels be raised to optimum to bring about and maintain a feeling of well-being. I direct that my dopamine levels be raised to optimum to bring about pleasure, my serotonin levels be raised to optimum to cope with cold weather, and my melatonin levels be raised to assist with optimal sleep time. Please bring all 13 of my biophoton fields into total balance and optimal functioning in order to effectively regulate all of my body's programs, including my immune system programs, my hormonal programs, my detox programs, my digestive programs, and my ventilation programs. Please bring my orgone energy to optimal levels and enhance the 4-beat rhythm of all of my bions so that the life liquid inside the membranes pulsates at the perfect orgasmic frequencies. And I direct that this rhythm carry through to all of my organs and bodily processes. Please scramble the frequency of any unnecessary T bacilli and transmute them into the frequency of bions and place the appropriate energy around my red blood cells so that they maintain optimal health. I direct that any and all imbalances and blockages, whether structural, chemical, emotional, spiritual, or unclassified phenomenon, be corrected and the adverse effects of same be neutralized. I direct that my body be moved from sympathetic mode to parasympathetic mode, or from fight or flight to healing mode. Please maximize my mitochondrial energy. Please use the appropriate inverse frequency to neutralize all imbalances, blockages, harmful frequencies, infections, harmful cancers, engineered viruses and inflammations, harmful parasites, heavy metals, mold, fungus, and emotional trauma, as well as any unnamed cause or causes of imbalance or blockage, utilizing the exact opposite frequency to cancel out the harmful frequency. Please bring all of my body's cells, tissues, organs, systems, and body parts into total compatibility with each other, and increase the amount of love, joy, and enthusiasm for life in all levels of my existence. Please remove any guilt, shame, anger, fear, or rage from my being, and invite the spirit of love and the spirit of joy into my body. Please scramble the frequency of any and all negative or harmful memories, energies, chemicals, and programs of all the water within my body, and return it all to the frequency of pure water. Then invite the spirit of the water back into a cleansed and welcoming environment. I also direct that every other drop of water that touches any of the cleansed water be instantly cleansed in the same manner. I direct that my energy flow from within my body towards the outside world, and that this energy vibrate with the frequencies of love, gratitude, and respect for all things. I'd like to invite you all now to, if you have any issues, whether they be physical, spiritual, emotional, or three, to please make your own directives and say them to yourselves right now to deal with any and all issues that you may have that have been arising through this time. Some accompanying it. Okay, I don't know if everybody's completed their own directives. I'd like now to, we've accumulated a fair bit of neutral energy throughout this. You can either, you're all going to get a copy of these statements, directives that I've come up with. These are just suggestions for you. Your own wording will be most beneficial to you, just as your own voice is the most incredible healing tool you could ever come across. Nobody else can help you as much as your own voice can. The frequencies of your own voice are designed to heal you specifically. They're designed for you. I'd like you to decide where you can. Each one of these directives, or if you use them as questions, can be the energy that's transmuted or neutralized during each question can be directed into every little, wherever you like, to any part of your body or your spirituality, your emotions, or wherever, or elsewhere. I tend to like to do it all, accumulate it all at the end of the session, then direct it either to, this all neutral energy, pretty well, please transform everyone, if you say to yourself, please transform all undirected neutral energy from this session into energy of a frequency to benefit, and then it's entirely up to you. I've given some suggestions, which is to benefit my healing, my greatest good, all levels of my existence, my body, even my higher self. Your higher self actually feels your pain. That's another thing we don't notice. If we don't sort of think about that, our higher selves are there and they're guiding us, and they're actually feeling our pain as well. And they can sometimes feel that they haven't protected you as much as they would have liked to, which is something that I was quite surprised at, but it is true. So, well, I often send some to terms because
sort of like a parent, sort of, how parent
well,
a child type thing.
Pretty well. If something happens to your child, you think you sort of feel a bit responsible. And I know that Trooms has said to me, I'm sorry for, and I pretty well actually, and apparently it was a big thing for her for me to release her from the pain. And it's not, I'm probably the one that did the stupid things in the first place that caused the problems, that you're unable to protect me from. So, because I wasn't listening well enough to, whatever advice was coming from within. So, yeah, it's just a matter of, you can direct it wherever you like. And I like to also to thank my inner self, my guides, and all the beings that are working with the dowsing system. And or if you're using their dowsing, or basically just be grateful for it. You can't go wrong if you're grateful. Love and gratitude are the highest frequencies ever. But I'd like to just finish up too as well with just to bring you all, we've all dealt with moved some energy. Sometimes you can automatically feel it's probably going to be more powerful or as powerful for you to do this alone, where you're able to sit and quietly do this yourself. You don't need feedback. You don't need to muscle test or sway test or douse to do that. You can just make the directions, make your own up. As I said, it's all coming from you is best. So if you'd like to just do, just take a deep breath and we'll just do three seed sounds, which really come from traditional Chinese medicine, which are just your Om, Ah, and Hum, which are, Om balances your body, Ah actually harmonizes your energy, and the Hum, which is like hum, it's sort of hum, however you prefer to pronounce it, it concentrates your spirit. So the three of these sounds together can be quite helpful. There's also sounds that you can make for each of your chakras, beginning at your base, and each different sound, which are really just syllables, but we can tone at a later point if need be. But if we just
earlier on, I think right at the beginning when we started the soul healing, we ran through that, I think. Long time ago. We've done about 30 sessions now. So.
Oh, really? That many? Gosh. See, I've only been here for a few, but I tend to do just the three. I prefer to do the chakra ones because they take a little bit longer. I'm not sure how we're going time wise, but I'll just do the three there. If we can just do, it's up to you entirely. Like I said, it just
So we all do that now.
Yep, if you want to just do them, we'll do three each, and then you can just, with the you can really sort of go into it as if you're having a wonderful time. If you like, you can sort of it's just a bringing out, and it's a really coming from your heart, and then your hum, which is a little like om, and it sets up that vibration as well. So okay. Entirely up to you whether you want to, we want to mute or we want to not, but entirely go for it. Om. 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 Ah. 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 Home, home, home.
Oops. Oh,
Did I mute? Sorry.
no,
I
that was, I accidentally hit yours instead of mine.
That's okay then. I hope I wasn't just sitting here making funny faces at everybody, but that's okay. Probably best you didn't. It was probably best that you didn't hear me toning, because I'm sorry. Got a bit of gravel in the voice. It's that's thanks to a lovely surgeon who apparently actually told my mother when I was 7 years old that it looked like he'd been in there with a pick and shovel. That's what the surgeon said himself. So yeah.
But we heard all that, so don't worry. No, that was just
That's good.
at the end. I accidentally knocked yours instead of mine.
The other thing is your root ones. You can, like I said, we could do you've done sessions on it, but with your chakras, the sounds that you can use, and you've got your starting at your base chakra, which is it's a cross between and it's sort of like ER and UH. You sort of like it's like not quite an but it's not an and it's not an R. It's a halfway between.
Well, we could do it again actually in an upcoming meeting. We can go through the chakras with this.
That'd be great. Well, it's just the sounds. If you want to practice, it's actually was. Let's just say it's come from the absolute highest source. I will use that word. That toning is the recommendation. That's what I was told when I asked what would be the best way to. It was toning was the most. Yeah. And basically just the sounds and the colours. If you can focus on the area, the chakra area, the energy centre, which is an endocrine system, the same thing, depending on whether you're talking from conservative medicine, or reductionist medicine, I prefer to call it. So you've got your, you can do that. You can also start low and go higher up the scale, or you can just stay at the same tone, whatever suits. As I said, I tend to go in the lower 10, but that's just me. There's your for your roots. You have coming up the chakras. You have O, R, I, A, E. So when you're making the sounds, they're the actual root sounds for you can focus on the area as you're saying the sound and on the color that relates to that chakra. So, your root is your and red. So you can do that all the way up if you like. It's probably, I'm just looking at the time now. If anyone wants to do one run through, it's fine. Or we can do that another time. It's probably best, and everybody.
We could
we're just doing quickly. Yeah, we got to quickly do. Yeah, we've got time to quickly just test the biofield measurement. So we best probably leave it there for this session. I hope everybody's getting some benefit from it. It's because it wasn't as much of a meditation as such, but I felt that it was best to do this type of thing that way and clear off some stuff first. Then you'll be so much more focused, cohesive, and able to forge ahead.
Well, I want to say, Amanda, that was incredible. That's definitely one of the best healings we've ever had in the soul healings. It was very, very profound, amazing. You covered so much area, so many areas, And, you know, it was just amazing. It was wonderful. Does anyone else want to share their experience of how they felt about it for Amanda? Tamara. I knew you were going to say something. Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Okay, that was so powerful. Amazing, Amanda. Thank you so much. It was very emotionally cleansing for me. I could really feel the emotions coming out. So,
and I want to say,
I saw your face, and I was worrying about you. I thought, I hope everything was all right, but then I realised now it was actually, that's great to hear.
It was a big clearing. I was pretty emotional this afternoon, and it's just helped release it all. I'm not trying to attach a story or anything to it. It just come up, and now it's just released. It was absolutely beautiful.
That's great.
So,
nobody talks to themselves. Like, you don't say hello. Look, I have to say, I know it's probably good that I live alone. I've lived alone for many years out in the bush. I literally haven't left the property for quite some time now. I don't even tell you how long. It was outrageously long time. And last year sometime. But anyway, let's not worry about that. It's something that I talk to myself all the time. I talk to my body every little bit. I think, you know, how many times has anybody ever thanked their legs and feet for holding them up all day? Like, I mean,
I have a practice
to do that.
Yeah, and you can write letters to your body and all those sorts of things to really honor and give gratitude to the body. It's a great idea.
Definitely. That's a very powerful thing. In actual fact, anything that's bothering you, you can write it all down. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to read it. You just burn it. You can, whatever you like to do, you can drown it, you can burn it, you can bury it, you can do anything you like. There are various things, I can't recall them all, but burning is more to relieve it. And a burying is to do, it's slightly different energies attached to the way you go about it, but it's all powerful. You really get rid of things, but always be grateful. No matter, you can have a big rant, but be grateful for whatever you learned from whatever horrible things you've just been through, you know. Absolutely. Just as long as you say, well, gee, that was fun. Thanks a lot for the lesson. That was great. It wasn't really, but I'm sure I've learned something. We'll work it out, even if you haven't worked it out yet. Thanks a lot for the wonderful lesson that I'm bound to come and work out eventually. And away we go. So you're not attaching, you're not grabbing hold of, sticking hold of anything. And that's the biggest thing, is to get energy moving. Exercise is I'm shockingly bad lately. Cold weather, no, I'm a bear. I just don't want to move, and because as soon as I move, they'll create a breeze and I'll get cold. So it's terrific for me. I can't move around very much, and exercise is one of the biggest things that you can do to step away from programming, all of those things that we've been used to, and words. The words that we use is so powerful. We always say, oh, look, I'm afraid not. Are we afraid? Are we really afraid? Not? Are we afraid? You say no, but these sayings we're so used to saying, I'm afraid not, you know, that just little things. Oh, don't, no, you don't. And this everything, your body doesn't even understand the negative. It doesn't accept it. So if you say don't drop it, drop is where the energy's going. Not don't. Forget the don't. It doesn't understand the don't. So you'd be far better off to try. It's huge. I've been doing it for decades, and it's still really difficult to turn that many years of way you speak around. And instead of saying, don't drop this, you say, be careful with it. Okay, you know.
Yes. Amanda, I was trying to douse, but because you're talking, it's your energy. So I might just start dowsing, if that's all right, given that it's 8:00 nearly. And I'll just start going through everyone and dowsing, and just so we get that done as well. But yeah, different parts of my body were doing different things as you were talking. I could feel when you went to my head, I could feel it in my head and my crown chakra and everything. So yeah, amazing. So I'm just